Hey y'all, welcome back to Mandy's Music Monday special edition on Tuesday. Number one, I have to say that David Bowie slash Mick Jagger's Dancing in the Street is playing on the TV behind me, which I find appropriate since I just started talking about this, and this is going to be about David Bowie because today is okay. So I'm trying to contain my inner fangirl, but my inner fangirl squee just came out, so I apologize. Um, so today is March 12th, 2013. David Bowie, USA. The next day, release day. Um, so just like everybody else in the world, on David Bowie's 66th birthday, I was surprised as hell that he's like, hey y'all, I've made a new album and I've already released the first single and here's the video. And sorry I didn't tell you because it was a secret and nobody knew. So it was insane. Okay, number one, I feel like I'm having the worst David Bowie new album release date hair day ever. Okay, I don't even know where to begin because I'm so flippin' excited. Talk about, each song really quick because, like I said, I've been streaming it since you've been able to stream it, and I got it today. I got the album today about 10, and I've been listening to it ever since, and I planned on doing this vlog sooner, but I wanted to listen to it a whole lot more so I could give you a proper Mandy, not like anybody cares, but a proper review. Like, I needed to know in my heart that I gave this a great review, which it's freaking awesome anyway. I mean, it's already David Bowie. That's all you need to know. My friend Heather, she sent me this page that had a ton of David Bowie quotes on it. And I was reading it the other night because I just bookmarked it and I didn't read it. So the other night I was bored. I'm like, I'm going to read these David Bowie quotes. So one of them that's on here, which I thought was appropriate since I was going to do like my little review slash interpretation maybe of some of these songs, is he said, these are his own words, he said, sometimes the interpretations I've seen on some of the songs that I've written are a lot more interesting than the input that I put in it. And, David Bowie, he did a lot of songs like back in the day where he just wrote out little bits of lyric and put it in a bowl or a hat or something and just pulled them out, and that's how he wrote his songs. And then, was it on the Outside album, was when he finally used the computer and he just like put it in there and then it was like, and there came his song, like stuff like that. So, I mean, some of these songs, they're up for interpretation. It doesn't necessarily have to be what he thought about when he was writing it. So, but anyway, I have found something that's interesting since I've been reading other reviews and, from like Rolling Stone and Spin and things like that. And I find it funny, not really funny, but I think it's kind of cool how they can only compare David Bowie to David Bowie. You know how people are like, okay, well, Lady Gaga is like Madonna and David Bowie. But David Bowie is like David Bowie because he's David fucking Bowie. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't compare David Bowie to anybody else but himself because it's David Bowie. And I was, like, they're like, okay, well, this song sounds like this Bowie song, and this song sounds like this Bowie song. And if you like 80s Bowie, you're going to like this song, And if you like... Okay, I'm back again. I got distracted. If you couldn't tell by my ringtone, it was Let's Dance, and all my, like, really good friends have David Bowie ringtones. But, anyway, what was I even talking about? I forgot. So I'm just going to start over. I'm going to start with the first song, and that is The Next Day. And, I love this song, and I think it's, like, a great opening track because it catches your attention really quick, and the chorus is just so freaking catchy. It's like, and the next, I love it. It's great. I don't know what the hell he's talking about though, but it's very catchy, and it's like great to, just like immediately grab your attention at the very, very beginning. The next one is Dirty Boys, and that song just reminds me of, like, maybe it's because it's Dirty Boys, but it kind of sounds sleazy, but I like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. And then, okay, The Stars Are Out Tonight, which is one of my favorites on the entire album. The video is great. I love the video, and I love the fact that, you know, there's more Bowie in it than the last 30 seconds. You know, he's like in there from beginning to end. I let Bug watch some of this video, but the part where they're like rolling around the bed and stuff, I'm like, she can't watch that. So I was like, David Bowie's got a new video, but you can't watch it all. So I only let her watch like the first half or so of it, and she got all her little giddiness out of it because she's like, look at him, he's so cute, and she's like, his hair's not blonde no more, and I'm like, that's okay, he's still David Bowie. Because, you know, like she really loves the reality tour, so, you know, he's like really blonde in that. But anyway, that doesn't matter. That song, I just freaking love it. And, you know, when I bought the single, and I bet you I've already listened to that like 50 times on my iTunes count. I just love it. Like, especially, and you know, I am a whore for la-las and ooh-oohs and na-nas. So when he's like, ooh, 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 immediately I knew I was going to love it. Immediately. And the very beginning part is actually, I noticed it when well, duh, obviously you're going to notice it, but it's the Plan, one of the extra tracks, and I love Plan, even though it's totally instrumental, and there's no singing whatsoever, and, you know, I'm kind of thinking, oh, I wish he would have put words with that, but then I'm like, no, I'm glad I don't want words with it, because that's how it's supposed to be, and I love that too, and it's really short, and, you know, I, like, listen to it, and then I, like, started over and over and over a couple times, especially while I was cleaning my room. I was like, this is like great cleaning theme music, even though I'm picturing like, you know, David Bowie wannabe walking down the street, you know. It's great. I love it. Okay, and the next one is Love is Lost, right? Yeah, I can't hardly read my own handwriting because I was trying to write stuff as I was listening to it. So yeah, the next one is Love is Lost, and I didn't write anything next to it. Not because I didn't like it, but that one was just like really mellow, and it's not my favorite one on there for sure, but I don't know why I didn't write anything next to it, but I didn't. And then 5, Where Are We Now? To me, that song is just really quiet and soulful, and, you know, Bowie's like reflecting, and it's just great. But my favorite part is the very, very end where he's like building it up, building it up, building it up, you know, and he's like, as long as there's me, as long as there's you, and like, I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Like, when that came out, like, I had no idea what the hell he was talking about, because a lot of it is like German places, and it sounds like German places, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, Bowie? I'm so excited that you have a new song, but I don't know what you're talking about or what you're saying. And then you know, like, there's just like the face on the little thing and the girl, and then but at the end, when it like showed Bowie right there, and he's just like chilling, he's just like standing there like, David Bowie, here's my new song, Where Are We Now? I was like, I got a little tear in my eye, you know, because he's like, as long as, and you know, it was great. 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 And you know, like, that song really is the only song that's really soulful and kind of sad like that on the album. And it's, you know, I think it was a really good single to put out first, because in a way it was almost like a little love letter to his fans by releasing that first, I think. And I think that was a smart move. Okay, Valentine's Day. Listening to it just when it was streaming, because, you know, David Bowie, they've been releasing the lyrics, lyrics every day. I haven't been reading the lyrics at all because I wanted to wait. You know, I wanted some stuff to be a surprise, so I wanted to wait until I got my copy, and then when I get a new album and it's somebody I really, really love, and I'm going to listen to it from beginning to end, I'm going to put it on and I'm going to sit and I'm going to read it with the lyrics. So that's how I had to do it. So, like, number one, the guitar in this song is amazing. It's almost like David Bowie is having a duet with this guitar. I mean, Earl Slick is just the shit. He's awesome. And I swear, it's like a duet. You know, it's like a duet. Only one's a guitar. You know, it's great. I love it. But the thing that I read is that I kind of was like, oh, this is a sweet little Valentine's Day song, you know, because I'm listening to it and I'm not really, hearing, you know, what it is, or what he's saying. I just know he's saying it's Valentine's Day. And I'm like, that is so sweet. I'm going to listen to this every Valentine's Day now. But I just read that, like, it's about a high school shooting. So then I go back and I listen to it again. This is even after I've read the lyrics, okay? And I've gone back and listened to it again with the lyrics again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. And I'm like, what the crap? You know, so it's like, is Valentine the name of the guy that's doing all this? Or is he doing it on Valentine's Day? Like, I don't know. But I mean, that song is amazing. Like, I love it. Just the guitar, it's great. Even if it is a school shooting. I don't know. Number 7 is If You Can See Me Now. Or if you can see me. It's very psychedelic. Like, I liked that one. Here's the thing, I like all of them, but there are definitely more that I like more than others. And number 8, I'd Rather Be High, is just, I like that one too. And I read that it's about a World War II soldier, and I mean, it's basically the guy saying, I don't want to be out here in the sand aiming my gun at these dudes. I'd rather be high because, number one, I'm only 17. I'd rather be high. I'd rather be flying. I'd rather be calling my ex up begging for some teenage sex. You know, it's just great. And that is stuff that is probably going through a young guy's head if he was at war. He's like, I don't want to be doing this. I want to be at, you know, I want to be with my girlfriend. You know, things like that. I just love it. It's awesome. And like, I wrote this down because it was like my favorite line when he said, the city's full of generals and generals are full of shit. I was like, oh, Bowie. Okay, Boss of Me is another one of my favorite ones on here. And it's just like real groovy. It's just got like a nice little groove to it. And just by the first 4 lines, you already know he's talking about who's in charge. Because he's saying, you know what, you're sad, tell me when you're cool again. You know, he kind of like, I know you're mad, tell me when you're better now. You know, or it's like, I know you're sad, you know, tell me how I can make you cool again. I love it. It's just so great. Love it. Dancing in Outer, is it Dancing in Outer Space? I cannot read. No, it's just Dancing Out in Space. I can't read my writing because I was so freaking happy and excited when I was writing this stuff down. I was just like, it was great. It was great. And I'm still so happy right now. Like, it's great. I can't wait to get done talking to you so I can go listen to it more. Number 11, How Does the Grass Grow? This has got to be one of my top 3 songs on this album. And this song is so morbid. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what's going on. But in the beginning, he's talking about these girls in a graveyard and then filling up with blood. And then it's like, you know, he's saying, how does the grass grow? Blood, blood, blood. And then what is it? Where do the boys lie? Mud, mud, mud. What the hell? But it's awesome and it's great. And the best part is all the yah-yahs in it. It's like, yah, 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 yah. I love it. I've been doing that all day long. But honestly, since I heard that song, and remember, I didn't have the lyrics, so that was the only part that stuck in my head where he was like, how does the grass grow? And then it's like, yah, yah. I was like going around for 3 days going, yah, yah, yah. And, you know, that's just, it gets stuck in your head. And How Does the Grass Grow? I would really like to know what that one was about. Or is about. I need to do some more research on this stuff and see what other people are saying about it. But I love it. I love that one. I think I've listened to that one. I've listened to How Does the Grass Grow more today than I have any of the other songs today. I love it, love it, love it! Okay, and the next one is You Will Set the World on Fire. I love, 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 love this one. Which I love, 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 love them all. But, he says babe in this song a lot, and it's really cool. I like it when, songwriters say babe and lady and woman. I just think it's really hot and really sexy. But he says, you're in the boat, babe, we're in the water. That's my favorite line out of the whole song. And it's just like hellaciously awesome. And it's just like super rock. And it's just great. I love it. I feel like I'm saying the same words over and over and over again. But it's really hard for me to concentrate because I'm really fangirly right now. And I feel like maybe I should do another proper vlog later when I'm not so and I've had more time to reflect and not be because that's the way I am right now. Okay, number 13 is You Feel So Lonely You Could Die. This song, it kind of, it gives me the creeps a little bit, but in an awesomely good way. Because it's almost like they're, he's telling this girl, I know what you know, and I've been seeing what you're doing, and it's just kind of, it's depressing and it's angry and it's epic. And when it gets to the chorus, or when he's just got like a choir behind him, and it just sounds like it's getting so big, and in the beginning he's telling her, he's like, I know what you know, and it's like he's confronting her, and he's like, I'll bet you feel so lonely you could die. Saying, I bet that's how you feel right now, now that you know that I know. And then after that, he's saying, you know, I know that you're blue, and, like, people don't like you right now, kind of like people know, they just don't like you now. And now he's saying, it's not, he's not saying, I'll bet you feel like that now. He's saying, I hope you feel like that now. Because he's freaking pissed off now. Don't piss Bowie off. Don't piss Bowie off. You don't want that. Because he's going to hope you feel so lonely you could die. You don't want that. You don't want that. Let's see. What's the next song? The next song is Heat. And from the very first time I heard Heat, and I even had to put it on my Facebook status. Seriously. Yeah, I do Facebook. Like, fangirl. Like, I fangirl on Facebook, but whatever. The first time I heard Heat, just the first bit of the beginning notes, I was like, this sounds like it should be on the Labyrinth soundtrack. Like, it just has that mood. Like, when it started, I'm imagining, like, Sarah in the bubble, and, like, Bowie's, like, throwing crystals out the window, and that's what it reminds me of. But it's beautiful. I really, really, really love Heat. And number 15 is So She. It's really short, and it seems just like a cute little love song. Is kind of what that reminds me of, which is probably totally not even what it's about, because Bowie is smart, and he writes his songs about stuff that it's going to take us a little while to get, because he's ahead of us. Not saying that we're stupid or anything, but my mind definitely isn't on the same wavelength as Bowie is. And the last one is, because I already talked about Plan. Plan is 16. And then 17 is I'll Take You There. And from what I can understand, it's just about two people going to the U.S. and wondering how their life is going to be. And he's saying, take my hand and I'll take you there. Okay, don't have to tell me twice. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to see how much of this I can salvage, because I've just gotten so hyper. Just talking about it has made me so hyper, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to fangirl and be stupid about this. So, but it is what it is, and I'm excited. I can't help it. Can't help it. So, all right, guys. I'll see you next time, and I may talk about Bowie again later this week. We'll see. Bye.